Saturday. Were you out and about?
Yeah, I was at Kilgetty versus Penna Robbins, which is quite an entertaining game while I was there. The final result finished 3-3. It was 2-2 going up to 90 minutes, and then Penna took the lead in the 93rd. And lo and behold, the 96th minute, Kilgetty got an equaliser to make it 3-all. So an entertaining game down there, to be honest with you, Ben. I popped up to Carew as well, and they were playing the league leaders, Hakin United. And when I was there, Hakin were 4-0 up at half time, just coming up to half time, before they were reduced to 10 men. Ben Aldred made a brilliant save, to be fair to him, but unfortunately, he's not the goalkeeper, he was the centre back. So Sean O'Connor had no choice but to issue him a straight red card for destroying a goal scoring opportunity. Jordan Richards stepped up for Carew, and he ironically played a little bit for Hakin last season. And they were hoping to get a goal back, but unfortunately he skied it over the bar. So not a great finish from Jordan. He wouldn't have been happy with that. But Hakin were totally in control in the second half, where I saw of it. And they continued to score goals at regular intervals, even though they were one man down. They played some really good football. They passed and moved the ball very well, and they're looking very good value for their 3-point lead at the top of the table at this moment in time. But
Yeah,
obviously
definitely.
there's a long way to go yet, Ben.
There is, but to win that so convincingly, to finish Carew 1, Hakin United 8, with Hakin down to 10 men, as Gordon said, that was some win, a real statement win, that as well. The Hakin goal scorers were Cameron Brunton with 2, Jack Griffiths 2, Leon Luby 2, Shane Walsh and Kieran King. And just for consistency at the start of this season, Hakin are really setting the standard at the moment, Gordon. They're 3 points clear of Goodwick, and we'll come to that game in just a sec. We heard from Scott Davis, I think, on the show last Monday, actually. And he's always impressed me, actually. Really organised manager. And he'll be really pleased with how his side have come out of the blocks at the start of this season.
Yeah, when you only think a couple of weeks ago, they went down to Tish and Hakin lost 3-1. For them to regather, and they did well in the West Wales Cup. Oh, well, they didn't play in the West Wales Cup. They have won their last 2 league games since then, and they're sitting 3 points ahead at the top of the table, with Goodwick and Moncton, not far behind them, and they've all got to play each other shortly as well. So it's going to be interesting next couple of weeks to see where the teams lie after those games, because they're all going to be playing each other, Ben. That's the thing.
Let's get to Tenby, shall we? Now, last time out in the league, Hakin were winners at Tenby by 3-0. Tenby this time around hosted Goodwick United. It was another high-scoring game, another game of 6 goals, like the Kilgetty Penna game. It ended Tenby 3, Goodwick United 3. We did say on the show last week we thought that was going to be a game worth watching, and my goodness, it was, Gordon.
Yeah, definitely. They're both very good sides, both very good going forward as well. I spoke to Nigel Delaney after the game. He was disappointed with the 3-3, but to be fair, they had chances that they should have buried and they didn't. And, there was a few antics going on. I know that Goodwick were reduced to 10 men on about the 30-minute mark. Rhys Darling was sent off. And the young, I forgot his name, the young little guy up front for Tenby, he put his side in front.
Scott Fernie.
Scott Fernie, and then Joe Lee as well actually scored. So, they had it all to do. But fair play to Goodwick, they did get back to 2-2 by half time. And second half was very, very, very interesting. And it could have gone either way. What is rare, that never usually happens, Ben, is that Rhys Jones, a trademark free kick taker, penalty taker, he actually missed a penalty as well. So that proved quite pivotal in that game as well. He made amends by scoring a 30-yard free kick, mind, but they could have won the game 4-3. But Tenby thoroughly deserved to get their point at home against Goodwick, and it's going to be an interesting few weeks. As I said, I think Tenby go to Moncton this coming Saturday.
They do, and we should mention Moncton, because Moncton are in great form, and we have highlighted them already on the show this season. Moncton Swifts 12, Narberth 0. Narberth, of course, promoted it back into Division 1 this season, but Moncton absolutely hammered them, really. Paul Miller hat-trick, Jason Finnegan 2, James Russell 2, Luke Phillips 2, Dylan Davis, Jamie Wilkes, and Connor Davis. So for Moncton, this rich vein of form at the start of the season continued, and then some. That was a bumper win, wasn't it?
That was a very big win. Disappointed for Narberth. They're obviously finding it very tough at this moment in time, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and the Swifts certainly did that in emphatic fashion on Saturday, and they're sitting pretty as well in second place in the table. And as they proved, they're capable of beating any side on their day. Ben Steele is captain. He has a lot of experience, plus the players that you just mentioned banging the balls in the net. They're a very, very strong unit, and they're capable of beating any team on their day. You have to be on your game when you're playing the Swifts at this moment in time. They're certainly a very good outfit.
Yeah, absolutely right. And as Gordon says, Moncton and Goodwick tied in second place. Goodwick just above on goal difference. Hakin topped the table. Tenby fourth, and St Ishmael's with 2 games in hand sit fifth. So on to this weekend, where there are some really interesting games actually already at the top of the table. Moncton versus Tenby is a crucial game now for both sides to keep up the pace. Where do you see that one going? I'm going to say there's going to be goals, and there's going to be goals. We're not going to curse it, but there's going to be goals in that game. I guarantee.
Definitely, both sides. They've got some really quality strikers. There's definitely going to be goals. Defenders will have to be at their best to try and stop them, to be honest with you. It's a tough one to call, that one. It really is. Moncton won the title back in, I think it was 2019, so they'll be chomping at the bit to try and regain the title after 6-7 years, and they're capable of doing it. As I just said, the Tenby, very good side. You've got Joe Lee, who played Welsh League football for West. He's there, the talisman. He played many seasons for Merlin's Bridge when they won the West Wales Cup and Senior Cup. So there's bags of experience in both sides. It's going to be a cracking game. Get down to Moncton Lane and watch it. Ben, there should be plenty of goals in that one.
There's going to be goals there. Goodwick United are home to St Ishmael's. Hakin go to Kilgetty next weekend as well. So another interesting round of matches that we'll keep a close eye on, because it is so close at the top of the table. And if this is a Goodwick team in transition, they'll still be happy they're second. There's not that many points between them and Hakin as yet. It's going to be a decent race, I think. They
won't be pressing the panic button yet, and they have got a very tough game on Saturday, which Nigel Delaney pointed out. St Ishmael's are a very dangerous side. They've already beaten Hakin as well. They had an excellent result on Saturday, winning in the West Wales Cup. They won 5-1. So in Ferry side. So yeah, they're a dangerous unit as well. So isn't it great that we're talking about a few teams at the top instead of just the familiar two, which we are still talking about? But it's great to have other teams in the mix. That makes it very interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you do wonder whether it will level out. We've said that, haven't we, through the last couple of weeks? But actually, another week goes by. It's still showing that teams are capable of taking points off each other, and that is important for the title race, I think, and for interest in the league. So I think long may it continue.
Yeah, 100%. It's good for the team who's actually winning every week and just running away with the title, but it's not healthy for the rest of the league. The benchmark is that top team, which has been Goodwick for many seasons. Hakin have been up there. Now we're starting to see the Monktons, the Tenbys. They're all starting to compete. Clarbesson Road as well on the day. It's great. It's great. And Tish an exceptional start to the season, and fair play. And Aaron Hallam has been scoring goals for fun for them. He's been the little cog that's been missing, and he's doing a great job at Tish.
Excellent stuff. Okay, let's stick with football for a sec. Tom was at the Oggy Bridge Meadow on Friday night. We had a really good interview with the manager. He sounded on good form, Tony Pennock, as well, after a difficult few weeks, no doubt about that. Finished Haverfordwest County 2, Barlen 0 on Friday night. Greg Walters, such a popular player, Greg, isn't he? And Ben Arman on the score sheet, Tom. That was a good 3 points under the floodlights, wasn't it?
It was, and also their first clean sheet at home this season, which Tony pointed out to me when I caught up after with him. And I'd made the point to him that Elliot Scotcher coming back in and starting at the back was a calm that I haven't seen on that Haverfordwest field for a long time. There's a lot of tension on the field a couple of weeks ago, but they felt really assured. They had all the time in the world, and there was no rushing. All their performances have been good. They just haven't been able to convert it into results, and they did that and kept the clean sheet. And there's hopefully 2 more players coming back from injury in the next week or two. So from having selection woes to the opposite woes of who do I pick now for the team that we're facing. So it's a really good time, this halfway point through phase 1, and hopefully a bit of momentum, get hopefully a cup run going against Snetley now as well.
Yeah, that's a tricky game. That's Friday night, isn't it? Back in cup action, and then I think away from home. I think it's to Connors Quay at the end of October, 25th of October. But yeah, two popular players, Gordon, on the score sheet in Walters and Arman, who actually will be quite important, I think, as we head into winter for the Bluebirds. Those two.
Definitely, Greg has got a good engine in midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder, works very hard for the team, and for him to get on the score sheet as well is a bonus. Ben Amoun, we know his qualities. He scored some cracking goals in Europe this season as well. He is a good finisher. And Haverfordwest have had their problems with a few players unavailable for different reasons, and now that's behind them. Now they're looking forward, and let's hope that they can pick up as many points as they can in the second half of this first phase of the season. And also, as Tom just pointed out, it'd be nice to have a nice little cup run as well. We go to Llanelli on Friday evening.
Yeah, I think they'll be taking that one fairly seriously, actually. And of course, they lost, didn't they, in the league at Stebbin Heath a couple of weeks ago. So I think they'll go there and try and win that. I don't think he'll weaken the side too much for that match. I think he'll want to win it, Tom. Would you say?
I think so. You made the point that Haverfordwest have never got to a final of the Welsh Cup. They've got it's the semi-final once before. So they had a golden opportunity last season where the draw looked like it would be very favourable and that they couldn't convert it. So hopefully they can go even further and further again. And
I do believe this is the quarter-final, is it?
I think it's one of the 4. They go in the second round.
Second round, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good luck to the Bluebirds. It'd be good to see them get a win against Llanelli and actually just get a bit of momentum, put some results together, which I think will set them up then going into November. And you want to hear Tom's interview with Tony Pennock, and also a really good interview featuring the ladies and girls section at Haverfordwest County as well, with Mikey Loveridge in the first hour. You can listen back on the website on the catch-up button very soon at purewestradio.com. We're going to be talking to Patrick Hannon because the indoor cricket season isn't far away. But let me just pick out some rugby scores, Gordon, from the weekend. And we had a really good interview that Fraser did in the first hour as well, looking back on Crimmock's game, because they have had a difficult start as well. It's a good league, the Championship, and we've said that time and time again. A few changes at Crimmock as well, but they took on the league leaders Tondy at the weekend, and it sounded like an incredible game, actually. Yeah, they lost by 48 points to 40 and just looked like they might get a victory over the line. And it's kind of when your luck's not going with you, those sort of matches do go against you. But maybe that's something they can use just to turn that corner.
It's incredible, really, Ben, to score 40 points at home and not win the game. I mean, that's a lot of points on the board. So that must have been a highly entertaining game to watch up in Crimmock, end to end, plenty of running rugby and plenty of tries, plenty of points on the board. Yeah, it would have been an excellent and a great effort from Crimmock. As you said, they haven't had the greatest start, but they certainly showed a lot of character to do that against the league champions, the league leaders, as I said, to put 40 points on them at home and then still not yeah, they must have got a bonus point. I would have thought they must have scored more than 4 tries.
They got 4 tries, yeah. So
Well,
they
got the
yeah,
bonus point.
yeah.
That's good as
Yeah.
well. So
But again,
excellent.
if you're scoring that many against the league leaders as well and racking up a bonus point as well, you would say we're going to win that game. But when your luck's not with you, it's just not with you, is it?
Unfortunately, that's the way rugby goes, isn't it? Or any sport. When lady luck's with you, it's fine. But when it isn't, everything seems to go against you.
Yeah, Tenby United actually bounced back because they were beaten last time out. And we heard some reaction from John Evans last week on the show. He'll have been pleased that his side got the victory. Or again, though, it was another close match. Tenby United 36, Swansea Uplands 27. Dom Coleman from number 8 for Tenby, 2 tries.
Yeah, he's a fine player, Dom. He used to play for Pembroke. He's come over and he will make a big difference to them playing in the back row there. So, yeah, that's a great result for Tenby. They're a team who are capable of doing very well in this division, I believe. Jonathan Evans and their coaching staff, Ozzy Boswell and the likes, they know their rugby inside out, and the boys respond to what they're telling them. So tactically, they'll be very astute. I know that.
The feature game on pembrokeshiresport.co.uk sounded a good one as well. A big crowd at Neyland. It finished 45-22 to Neyland. 11 tries were scored in that game. So again, if you wanted to watch some flowing rugby, Gordon, that was the place to be on Saturday.
Yeah, highly entertaining at the athletic ground on Saturday. And Neyland got a very, very good side there. They've they got the Evans boys. I know Rio Phillips is playing very well at 10. His first season at senior level. He's slotted in very well. He's kicking the conversions and penalties. But Ollie Rotherow, a full back, he's a dangerous player. He likes to run from deep. So, and Neyland have got a decent 15, and they could do very well this season. But there's a lot. What's good about that league? There's a lot of other Premiership sides in there. You've got Haverfordwest, Milford. You got obviously we count Cardigan as well. So it's nice when you get those derby games because you get a lot of spectators go into the games because they can remember their days when they played against those type of teams, and they're playing in Division 3 West. It's a Pembrokeshire flavours to it.
Yeah, I was going to mention 2 more actually before we just take a quick break because Milford Haven had a good win. They beat Amman United by 40 points to 31, so well done to Milford. And also the St David's game, we should mention that as well because you don't see that often. They were away to Newcastle Emlyn's development side was St David's, and St David's scored right at the end a try from George Raymond, and it finished Newcastle Emlyn 25, St David's 25.
Yeah, you've got to hand it to teams like St David's. They struggle to get numbers, obviously, with the geography of St David's, but they full of endeavour. As Fraser has played for him over the years, he's a St David's lad. I know exactly Jack Dudley and the people like that. They do a tremendous job at that club, and it's always nice to see them get a win. But what is unfortunate, Langham couldn't field a team on Saturday. It's sad to see that as well when you can't get numbers. It would be good to see a few boys coming out of retirement or whatever to make sure they can fulfil their fixtures because it's important. I mean, they got a 140-year history as well, so it's important to keep that going.
Okay, have a look at pembrokeshiresport.co.uk as well for some coverage and photos and match reports from the weekend. We are going to be back in a few moments' time for the final part of tonight's Pure West Sport.
Eaton-Evans and Morris Solicitors have traditional values, but they